We're going to walk through, we'll let you get some clothes, and then you're going to get on court and get these warrants taken care of.
I got a big dog in here.
No problem. Do you get the whole thing?
Yeah, nothing but the thing.
Do you do the returns, or do I do that later?
Adam will do it, or whoever's up there.
Okay.
Imagine this. You're scrolling through your phone late at night, heart pounding from a true crime podcast, when suddenly you get a text from your mom. It's short, weirdly formal. I'm fine, busy with friends. But something's off. The words don't sound like her. No emojis, no familiar warmth. Your stomach drops. What if that's not her typing? What if someone's pretending? That's the chilling reality Kim faced when her mother, Martha, vanished. It's a story that hits close to home because it could happen to anyone. A loved one slipping away, dismissed as just another episode, while evil hides in plain sight. Buckle up. This tale of a daughter's relentless fight against doubt and darkness will keep you on the edge of your seat. It all started on a humid Monday morning in Akron, Ohio, back in the summer of 2025. The police scanner crackled with a routine call, a woman requesting a restraining order. Nothing new for the officers. They'd dealt with 53-year-old Martha Robin Freitag before. She suffered from schizophrenia, her life a whirlwind of paranoia, breakups, and makeups with her boyfriend, David Callahan, also 53. Their volatile relationship had officers rolling their eyes at yet another domestic dispute. But this call, it was different, deadly different. When the cops pulled up to the modest house, Martha was outside, her words tumbling out in a jumbled mess. "I need to reinstate the order. He's supposed to go down the wrong path." She rambled, her eyes darting nervously. David lurked inside, watching from the shadows. The officers chalked it up to her illness, erratic behavior, nothing more. They didn't catch the raw fear beneath her confusion. "Can you come out and deal with a madman?" she pleaded vaguely. They chatted briefly, dismissed her concerns, and drove off, leaving her alone with the monster. Hours later, David's rage boiled over. Furious that she called the cops again, he grabbed a wooden axe handle and struck her down in a brutal frenzy. As she lay gasping, he wrapped a rope around her neck, pulling tight until life faded from her eyes. He stuffed her body into a plastic bag, waited for night to cloak his deeds, then dragged her to the backyard. There, he burned her remains and buried them in a shallow grave, convinced no one would care. Martha was crazy, friendless, a ghost in society's eyes. But he forgot one person, her daughter, Kim. Days ticked by, and Martha's phone went silent. Kim, worried sick, bombarded her with calls and texts. Nothing. She reached out to family. Her uncle, a cousin. No one had heard from Martha. Panic set in. Kim remembered her mother's warnings. "If I come up missing or dead, it's no accident." And David's chilling threats. "I'm going to get your ass, and nobody's ever going to find you." Kim's gut screamed murder. She called the police, begging for a welfare check. Officers met Kim at the house. She spilled everything. The death threats, David's criminal record peppered with drugs, theft, and trespassing. The air conditioner hummed inside, then suddenly stopped. A noise? They knocked, called out, "Akron police." But no answer. Kim's heart raced. Was David inside, hiding? The cops hesitated. "She's an adult with schizophrenia," one said. "Hospitals can't disclose if she's checked in. We're not at forced entry level yet." They advised against a missing persons report, citing Martha's history of false alarms. Kim left deflated but determined. That advice? It was a fatal misstep, buying David precious time. Undeterred, Kim played detective. She learned David had been spotted at his odd job spot. She tipped off the police, who questioned workers there. "Yeah, David's been around. 4 days ago, they said. He was local, evading capture." But the cops still dragged their feet, treating it like a lover's spat. David, meanwhile, slunk around at night, polishing his alibi, confident the system was on his side. A week later, under Kim's relentless pressure, another welfare check. New officers, no notes from before. They knocked, got silence, and left, assuming prior contact since no report was filed. The case iced over. Then, eerie text pinged Kim's phone for Martha's number. "I'm busy. With friends. I'm fine. The phrasing was cold, unlike her mom's chatty style. Kim's suspicion ignited. David was impersonating her. She confronted the police again, voice trembling with fury. "Make it official. File the report." She recounted the odd texts. "I said, stay there, I'm coming." Then, "Oh, I'm not there anymore." Officers finally agreed to break in, if only to calm her. Inside, the house was eerily tidy. No shoes scattered, no Pepsi in the fridge, Martha's staple. "This is suspicious," Kim insisted. "He's done something." The cops shrugged it off. As they left, one muttered, "Wouldn't surprise me if she was dead in there." But their tone? Skeptical. They filed the report, but it felt hollow. "Call if you hear anything," they said, driving away. Kim's hope flickered, but one officer returned solo, canvassing neighbors. "Seen the woman next door?" he asked. A grizzled guy in the garage paused. "Martha? For weeks ago. But David? Saw him last night." Boom! Confirmation. David was squatting there, ghosting everyone. Police set up surveillance, watching the house like hawks. 2 days later, a car appeared. Officers approached warily. "Come outside." A man emerged. David Callahan. "Martha?" "Probably at her boyfriend's house," he said casually, as if discussing the weather. "We've been split for a year. She's off her meds, schizophrenic." He painted her family as unreliable, her daughter as dramatic. But cracks showed. No boyfriend, no sightings. Officers pressed, sensing lies. As David spun his web, Kim's world shattered further. Police dug deeper, piecing together timelines. Neighbors reported odd smells from the backyard, burnt plastic, decay. A search warrant later, they excavated. Shovels hit something soft. A bag. Inside, charred remains, a leg bone, fragments. "Seems like a body part," an officer whispered. Horror unfolded. Martha, murdered, buried mere feet from where David slept. David cracked under interrogation, confessing the rage-fueled attack, the rope, the fire. But the delays? They haunted Kim. Weeks of police doubt had let him roam free. If they'd listened sooner... She trailed off in interviews, voice breaking. It was a wake-up call about mental illness stigma, how it blinds us to real danger. In the end, David faced murder charges, life without parole looming. Kim found closure, but the scars lingered, a mother's warnings ignored, a daughter's fight against the system. It's a reminder, trust your gut. That off text, that silence, it might be a cry for help. Martha's story isn't just true crime. It's a human plea to see beyond labels, to act before it's too late. Because in the shadows of everyday life, monsters hide, and sometimes they're closer than you think.